I think it's your turn. No, you pitched in. You didn't do it. So come do it. Come on. Everybody sign? Why is it good that people keep hanging on your wrists?
Oh, you know this again.
I could see. Okay, start talking. We listening.
I have to talk, take it just right.
No, you have to talk. You have to explain.
Alright, so
So we
homework
can hear you.
assignment was to advise Alan. Everyone familiar with the scenario? Alright, so the first part says Alan manufactures equipment. Earlier this year, he developed a revolutionary stapler. On the 18th of May, he teleaxed Bruno and David, both wholesalers whom he had dealt with previously, asking each of them whether he would be interested in becoming sole distributor of the staplers. On May 20th, Bruno and David each teleaxed Alan independently, stating that he was interested in becoming sole distributor for the stapler and would like further information. So, that first part, the first question we would ask is if it's an invitation to treat or an offer. What was it?
You asking them?
Okay, extra rules.
On what premises you all resolved that it was an offer? I got, this was an offer according to case Big versus Boyd, Gibbons, 1971, when it was held that X must be treated as making an offer which Y had accepted. Did anyone else came to that result? Big versus Boyd, Gibbons.
Carlisle versus Carbolic Smooth Ball.
Who you all use?
Carlisle
Carl.
versus Carbolic Smooth Ball.
Anyone else use Boyd versus Gibbons? Some no? We're like spirited. What you use, bro? Some know,
These 2 years was the supply of information. This was the supply of information for the email from the reports that there was an actual offer. Okay? So what are you writing up there?
I have one question. Anyway,
Okay.
so
All right,
moving
go
on.
ahead then.
Moving, you want to tell me out of the lecture? What you doing?
I couldn't see it.
Okay,
Mr. Dean.
so what we resolved, some use Colin and
Carlisle.
Carlisle
Carlisle, Carbolic Smooth Ball.
and the next half use Boyd and Hingham, right? Gibbons, correct? Alright, so
Carlisle and Carbolic. What's Carlisle and Carbolic about?
which one was the question?
What's Carlisle and Carbolic about?
Exactly, I didn't find that, that's why I missed
Binding
that.
unilateral offer that could be accepted by anyone who performed its terms.
So is this a unilateral offer?
Unilateral, I'll say so. Because it was offered to multiple parties, 2
So
people.
it's not a unilateral one.
Oh, uni is one. Okay.
You
No,
can't use that.
I used,
So we can't use Carlisle?
like I say, Big versus Boyd
Given.
Gibbons.
Was unilateral. Let us say that. Yeah. Google, y'all Google it. So which case you think?
Where you get that from? That's the how I know she get my say.
Which one?
Fano.
No,
That's the email.
number?
I don't know where you get that case from. It
No, the other one.
That was a 9 or 10.
Which one?
That one.
The one this one?
So which one would we be using for this?
Page 4.
Okay, so, that's the one on the email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which case you
So we can move on.
No,
Which
which
case
case
you
we supposed to use?
I use Big versus Boyd Gibbons, 1971.
Which one is the rest?
Let me read the case say. But that's on the first hand though.
X in the course of correspondence rejected an offer of £10,000 by Y and added for a quick sale and will accept £26,000. If you're not interested in this price, would you please let me know immediately? So that X might open negotiations with another potential purchaser. Y accepted the offer of £26,000 and X acknowledges acceptance, stating that he had given instructions to the sale to his solicitor. Held in this context, X must be treated as making an offer at £26,000 which Y had accepted.
Good?
That's the one. So that's fine, I think.
Okay. So moving along. On the 22nd of May, Alan telex Bruno, I offered you the post of sole distributor of the stapler at a basic 10% commission. If I hear nothing from you by the 31st of May, I will assume that this is acceptable to you. Question: was the offer accepted by Bruno? Are you asking the question?
What did you do for the 18th of May? You do on the 22nd now, right?
Yeah, we on the.
What happened on the 18th of May?
That's in that. That's the offer.
She wants to take the facts, I guess, from stuff.
No, what's, on the 18th of May, what's the question for the 18th of May? What is
You have a question for that? Who have a question for that? I didn't have a question for that because I summed that up with the offer. Because that's when he tell
That's the
us.
method of communication.
On the
The method
18th
of
of May,
communication was
those both wholesalers whom he had dealt with previously, asking of them whether he would be interested in becoming sole distributor of the staplers. What is that? That's preliminary negotiations. That's all that is.
So how do we word that?
First time.
Isn't that the offer?
Well, you
Okay.
can call it invitation to treat, but invitation to treat.
Which one it
normally
is?
use-
So it ain't an
like when
offer
you
then?
purchasing, no, it's not an offer yet. No, it's not an offer yet.
So, is it a?
So what happened to the first question?
Or is
What happened to the first question?
What?
Was it an offer or an invitation to treat?
That's the first question now, you gotta go with the dates. What you did is you put the 18th, the 20th, the 22nd, and lump them all together. Yeah.
So we saying on the 18th, that
On
was
the
an
18th?
invitation to treat
That was an invitation to treat.
based on.
Separate and apart from the offer that we already established?
No, there's no offer yet.
I'm confused.
So
How do you get an offer already?
So we were paragraph, paragraph.
You go line by line. It's just like you said A, I say B. Then you say C, I said D. That's how contracts work.
So it's
And
May,
you watch Judge Judy and all the rest of them, how do you see it happen?
so May
So what is
20th is
it?
consideration.
Okay, so,
Low by low.
So May
So the
20th
No,
is
but so-
consideration. So May 20th would be the consideration, because the offer comes on, to meet, the offer comes on the
You
22nd.
can't have the consideration for offer, no.
So, on May 20th.
So how we
We're gonna
write
think about-
this?
yeah, how are we writing
The
it?
question?
How would we write this?
So 20th would be consideration.
How would you write what?
How do we, okay, what's the
Just
first
last
question
time
then?
we started with the
We
question.
started with
Okay.
this is invitation to treat or offer.
Uh-huh.
You know, we put it according to the case, Boyd versus Gibbon.
Okay, so is this an invitation to treat or an offer? Let's go, first line, what is the first line?
The first line is.
Allen manufactures office equipment.
Okay, so on
It
the
is,
first
yeah,
line
it's
is, on the 18th of May, an invitation to treat.
So do we have to give a case to support that invitation?
And you know, you have quite a few of them. Fisher versus Bell, pharmaceutical versus Booth.
Fisher versus Bell would be what?
Invitation to treat.
So now we go to the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
On May 28th, Bruno and David each telext Allen independently stating that he was interested in becoming sole distributor of the stapler and would like further information.
So what's that?
This is a tender? That's not
I would say mm,
I heard the answer, say it louder.
Is it a tender?
No,
Okay.
I heard the answer. So,
would you say?
Established communication.
was communication established? Method of
Where is it?
communication?
Where you get that from?
What was the method of communication? I got that from him saying that they both individually or they both tell us Allen independently, saying that they were interested.
Where should get method of communication?
What is the question?
You,
So after we establish the fact that it's an invitation to treat, the next question should be, what is the method of communication?
Post, right?
Would you have a new method? No.
What's the method, Mickey?
telex,
Telex or post.
and you all have the case to support that too.
Mm-hmm.
What's the case?
Adams versus.
No, she said not post, that's telex.
Telex.
But is it a certificate?
What's the case? Code?
Adams versus Linda.
versus who?
If Telex agency must post, then like you could use Adam versus Benson. Because that's speaking the post. That's what I'm saying, but they say, she say no.
Spelling. How to spell it?
Telex agency must post. So
Go
could
on.
we use,
How to spell it?
we could still use Adam versus Benson. The cases, so we can't use that.
The case has been two hours versus mine.
Into who? What the case is?
Torres versus mine.
ENTORES.
That's how to spell it. That's what they said. How to spell it?
ENTORES.
Where did they see that in the instruction should be
Torres. Torres.
ENTORES.
ENTORES.
Yeah.
Versus who?
Miles.
MILES.
22nd.
On May 22nd, Alan Telex Bruno, I offer you to post or sole distributor of the stapler at a basic 10% commission. If I hear nothing from you by the 31st of May, I will assume that this is acceptable to you.
So is this now the offer? Yeah.
So the next question is this an offer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the email to you. Oh there, Junior.
The guy.
The last guy.
With the computer.
Yeah, ask him to email it to you. Okay, what you want?
Is this an offer?
Mm-hmm.
I need to copy that. This is an offer? Is this right?
Yeah. So you're gonna do this.
And you say he said copy.
What the case is?
Colin.
Alan versus who? Cabon who? Go and pronounce your stuff right.
Arlene and the Kabbalah. Very good. So maybe that's the substitute.
That's what you are. Do we have a second? You second that? Who?
No, it's only you want to know if it's an offer or invitation to treat.
Oh, no, you was in your last class.
He was on this link, say no.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
Is that right? I didn't want to say it loud.
What it is?
It just hit me. You want to do this right now? Okay.
A lot of pressure there.
one suggested, according to the case, whatever, so make it right, you know, and we'll answer that.
What I do with
Yeah, we do, but this just for brainstorming purposes, okay.
Next Barbara.
Sorry?
Next Barbara.
Bruno immediately posted a first-class letter to Allen in which he accepted Allen's offer. The letter did not arrive until June 2nd. So I asked the question, was the offer accepted by Bruno?
Yeah,
Mhm.
acceptance.
And I put, yes, the offer was accepted on the 22nd of May, according to case Enteras versus Miles. Again,
Yeah,
interest.
yes.
that's
You
it.
sure?
That's what I have versus, that's what I,
Maybe
Leave it.
acceptance to the effect.
yeah, because I put,
Was printed.
when it was held that the acceptance took effect when the telex message was printed out. That's why I select that case.
Yeah, but was there a telex message that was printed out?
Yeah, because it says that Bruno,
Listen,
no, Bruno immediately posted a first class, like, oh,
Right, he
Yes.
changed.
a letter,
He
He
changed.
changed the method of communication.
oh. So he did post
So the
it,
question
that's
is, did
Adam
Bruno-
versus Lindell.
did Bruno accept the offer? Right?
Mhm.
So would you put who? Would you put? Cause he
Yeah.
changed the
So
method, so he went
you
against the
partly
post.
right
Pardon?
when you said that he accepted the offer by his action.
Mhm.
So would it be
By
Adams
posting
and
it.
Lindsay?
But did he communicate it
That
properly?
would be Adam.
Would it be Adams and
Lindell,
Lindsay
right?
versus Lindsay? Would it be an exception then?
So first thing you said, yes, on his action, it appears that he accepted the offer. However, he changed the method of communication. And then you go in and do Adams and Lindsay and say what the rule is there.
What's the case? Adams versus who?
Lindsay.
Alright. So meanwhile, on the 31st of May, David, having heard nothing from Allen since the telex of May 18th, posted a letter to Allen in which David offered to become Allen's sole distributor for a 5% commission. Question. What was the effect of, no, I skipped something because I asked the next question on the prior paragraph. I asked, what was the effect of Allen's telex to Bruno? Anyone else ask that?
Repeat your question again, what you said?
What was the effect of Allen's telex to Bruno? Is that a valid question? Anyone else ask that?
You mean after we already
After we done, yeah.
noticed that there's an acceptance?
Mhm.
Go back to the 2nd of June.
Bruno immediately posted a first-class letter to Allen in which he accepted Allen's offer. The letter did not arrive until June 2nd.
Overlaps. Can you say it
No,
No.
go back to the paragraph before.
Okay, on the
Rules and
22nd.
instructions.
On the 22nd of May, Alan Telex Bruno, I offer you to the post of sole distributor of the stapler at a basic 10% commission. If I hear nothing from you by the 31st of May, I will assume that this is acceptable to you.
He said about the master attorney, he would have been thinking that it was acceptable to Bruno. He didn't say if I hear from you after that, then it's no longer. He said that means acceptable to you.
So the offer still stands?
Yeah.
So that is a valid question then?
What question you was gonna ask if he asked?
What was the effect of Alan's telex to Bruno?
Bruno's tax to Alan, meaning.
He went one step ahead,
Alan.
finishing that first thought.
Yeah. So Revine.
Remind
To
before
May
that Bruno
22nd.
accept. Which piece of this is supposed to go in?
Yeah,
Before he get to the
before that.
31st of May, he has to finish the 2 paragraphs before
Right.
that.
Okay.
Mhm. So according to the postal rule, what's the rule?
When,
Is this
That's
spelled
just gonna be-
phonetically?
is it the part about where said last week the only day, I know, today we talked about postage and all parties.
Yeah, but in this instance, by his action, see, he worded it in the way he said, if I don't hear from you,
Right, he didn't specify
No.
which day today.
he said, if I don't hear from you,
Yeah.
then I will assume that you accept it.
I
So what you
answered,
signed in this week's pen.
So the question now is whether or not the postal rule applies.
It wasn't right, because he didn't say,
whether or not the postal rule would apply based on Alan's last telex.
You know, I get how you tell us.
it wouldn't have done right.
Because in the telex he gave,
He can have him by anyway.
he basically gave the offer to the offeree Bruno. In his last message.
He said, if I don't hear from you,
It's accepted.
it's accepted.
Uh-huh.
So if the postal rule applies, then there is a contract.
Does it apply?
Wouldn't it,
He didn't,
Wasn't
took
it
back on the
only-
2nd of June.
wouldn't it only apply if he was specifically?
Okay,
Oh,
so,
no.
so then let's go on the premise that it does not apply. Then what next?
Then,
It's void.
Can you say there's no contract?
I wouldn't say that because he
I
insisted
think
that it be
must
given to
a
him.
contract.
If I don't hear from you, he's saying it's accepted. He'll assume that
But
it's
then he went on
acceptable.
later, see what he said, on the 31st of May, what happens?
David, having heard nothing from Alan since the telex of May 18th, posted a letter to Alan in which David offered to become Alan's sole distributor for a 5% commission.
So what's the effect of that?
I'll say David accepted the offer, and the postal rule applies.
Well, let's rewind back to
No, it's a
Alan.
different person,
No,
no.
yeah.
Different
Let's go
person.
back to Alan and Bruno.
David,
Finish the
David.
line.
That agreement with David doesn't make sense, right?
No,
Because the
how
letter
you
he
know
got-
when
He ain't
you
going
buy
now.
it from you by May 31st, then it means you accept it and then still go turn around. and
Exactly.
do someone else.
So the
Okay.
contract with
That don't
Bruno
make sense.
starts.
That's why
The
I'm
one with
arguing
David
now.
don't
That's a
start.
Because
conflict.
one is of the belief that they have a contract, and one is of the belief that they don't have a contract.
So he breached,
So
he
So
breached,
what we
that's a
do is
breach
look
then.
at-
Santos versus Bentley.
So we have to close,
That's
we
what I
have to close
asked.
Bruno.
I didn't hear you. Can't hear you in the back.
For who?
What
For
you are?
Bruno and
Tell them
Santos
about
and
Santos
Alan?
versus Bentley.
Page 3.
I saw that, I put that in my notes.
You put it in yours? House versus Bender.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That's it.
So,
The offer cannot impose acceptance, merely because the offeree doesn't reflect the offer.
So that means
so
the
does that
offer
mean
with Bruno is
Bruno
void then?
understand?
Hmm?
So that by, what this says, I mean, that Bruno situation inside,
Unique situation.
his offer, his acceptance or whatever, that would be, that would be sad.
Because it's saying that the
No,
offer.
it's saying,
Or
it's saying
I
that you
would
can, I
say
cannot impose
impose.
on you the statement that if I don't hear from you,
Right.
I have a contract.
Right, so that means.
So, so by him sending the letter, by his action,
That means he accepted,
he needs to accept.
not just the fact that he didn't hear from him. by
Yes.
then. So he was learned that.
So the question is, what was the effect of Allen's?
What was the effect of June second?
I take the Jones
What's the
Act.
question? We still want.
What was the
What question
effect
we
of
asking to get that
Allen's
answer?
telex on on May 22nd, right?
What was the effect of Allen's telex?
So the contract between him and Bruno still stands then?
At this point, yeah.
So him going to David, what's that? That's not a breach of contract? That's not
No,
a breach?
David
No.
went to
David went
Allen.
to him. He
David went to
accepted
Allen.
David.
Would you
Okay, so
resolve
the
this?
effect of it was
The
that.
answer.
What was the effect of Allen's silence on the
Mm-hmm.
Is it that
Basically,
Allen could not impose,
Allen could not impose on.
Allen cannot impose
Acceptance
acceptance.
by silence.
By
or-
silence.
By silence.
But even though David's letter reached a day before Bruno's, right? That still means that still means that that's Bruno's contract. That's his rightful appointment. Because isn't it effective the moment you post or you send the post?
Mm-hmm.
So thinking,
But what was he doing in the next paragraph?
who's doing? Allen?
Uh-huh. What was he attempting to do?
He was attempting to consider David's letter because he got it the day before Bruno's. That's June the 1st. Bruno's letter
So
came.
to consider that letter, what is that in contract law? For me
To me, that's a breach.
No, not yet. For me to consider her offer.
But yet you impose the acceptance on me.
So what is he doing on that day?
Counter.
No, not a counter. Counter offer is when I say 10 and you say
Yeah,
8.
yeah.
No,
Conditional
he is
What is it doing?
R.
Revoke revocation.
He.
Oh, revocation.
That's what he's doing. Because remember, according to what he says, he can revoke it anytime before it's accepted.
But he doesn't know that it's accepted because he got the letter the day before, the accepted letter.
Uh-huh.
So how can he revoke something that he doesn't even know is coming the next
In
day?
his mind, he's revoking the offer by his action.
By him speaking to David and offering David the thing.
But in order to revoke, how can you revoke an offer?
To communicate it.
He has to communicate it.
And he did that.
And he did communicate it.
So that means he owes.
He did communicate his revocation.
Right.
Wait, that's his name.
You
And so you go back to
Alan
the whole
didn't
point.
communicate his communication to, Bruno, right?
No, he didn't revoke the offer.
Okay.
And because he relied on his statement where he waived communication for acceptance, they have a contract.
But I'll go 2 ways.
Okay, so now the next question would be. 22nd of April.
So no, yeah, no, we're on the 31st of May.
You know what
I think it's still.
I mean? Do we go to the next line of June 2nd? No?
No.
Where we go?
So we on the 31st of May now, right? Remember, they're supposed to be on.
What's supposed to be there?
We just skip. That's,
Yeah, we just discussed the 31st of May. By his action,
we did.
yes,
By his action.
he's given the intention to revoke the offer.
So the
Which he
question
can't
is,
do.
By Alan's action, he is given. What the question was?
that's what it says.
You mean on
What was
June,
the effect?
you mean on June first, he is revoking the offer?
Well, the people said May 31st, like they because.
He heard nothing from him since the telex of the 18th of May. He posted a letter to Alvin in which David offered to make Alvin sole distributor for 5% or whatever commission. So what is he intending to do?
He has an island.
To accept the offer?
No, he's not accepting it.
David made a counter offer.
Hold on.
Yeah, instead of counting offer,
David
counter
didn't make a
offer
counter
from
offer?
David.
No?
See, Island never offered David nothing. He just asked him if he wanted to be the distributor.
So that's why I'm saying, should we go straight down to June first then?
Yeah,
We should go straight down to June first, right?
So we, what on the
No,
D? We
wait,
skip,
wait,
we
wait,
skip,
wait,
we
wait.
skip a paragraph.
yeah.
If the revocation is
Thirty
June
first.
That is his intent, yes.
His intent to
But,
revocate,
yes, but he can't,
So what's the question?
because the
So what
revoke
is
is
It's not a
up to
question now.
communicate.
communicated.
No, so now it's June first.
Okay, so from this point on the board.
What's the question for this, for the 31st?
The que,
Did
Tell him
Bru-
what the question is.
did Alan revoke
The
the
offer.
offer? Okay.
that's for the 31st or for June
For
1st?
June 1st.
June
Oh,
first,
okay.
I know.
Did Alan revoke?
The offer.
But he can't.
We know that.
But that's still a question.
That's a lot of thinking though. If you was in here, I don't know. What the result? What the result was?
Did he revoke
He
Right.
attempted to revoke the offer, but he could not.
He didn't communicate
But
it.
that
Based
ain't redundant.
on,
Huh?
That's not a redundant, huh?
What?
How do you revoke something that
What it is?
can't be revoked?
People do it every day.
But it can't be revoked.
so
No,
would you
cannot.
say he attempted to?
I understand.
No, the question is, did he
But you
revoke
was
the
saying it
offer?
though.
No.
And your
You was
answer
saying
would
it.
be no.
You bring this up.
Because in order to
You
revoke
bring
the
it, no,
offer,
he bring
must
this up.
communicate it.
And you always on the same
I
page.
think, and you said us.
No, I asked him it, so like, bro, are you saying like that don't make sense to even put that question in?
That's what they saying.
Yeah.
Huh?
If she was in here, you would make
Burning.
about it.
Burn versus Van Tien.
Cohen, what happened? What happened, Cohen?
Yeah,
Cohen,
Burn.
case for that.
Burn versus
No.
Van Tien.
Yes.
So what you saying though about that? He revoked.
So the answer is no,
No.
because in order to revoke.
So his intentions was to revoke that,
Just say.
but he didn't communicate.
Yeah, but she say just put no,
No.
because in order to revoke an offer, it has to be communicated.
Communicated.
This is
According
established.
to case.
According to Burn versus
Burn
Van
versus-
Tien.
Yes.
Is it this Brent versus T&O?
So he needs some.
Yeah, Vern
versus
versus
Vern.
Vern, T&O versus
Determination.
Don't try, John, not to, not to spell the word. You sweat.
Everything cool.
According to Burn versus Farm.
Burn
BYRN.
versus who?
Fun.
Vern.
DAN?
Uh-huh.
Then structure it all together.
T and Hovind.
And then give up.
No, T-I-E.
That's a word?
Yeah.
It's actually- Once you finish the method of communication,
T-I-E-N.
communication is not employed.
No, again,
T-I-E-N.
if your method of communication at the first
H-O.
postal, you follow
P-E-N.
the postal rule.
And let's say just call, let's say like how he telephone Bruno, that's.
And then it depends upon the words that he used. Because how he gypped himself in this is, he said, if I don't hear from you.
So I can have from you by any
So
means,
what
any
he,
means of
so
communication.
what he did was, he told him that he didn't have to communicate just by his
Right.
action,
And silence
just
is
by,
communication.
just by posting it, just by his act.
He messed himself
He
up.
relied on that waiver.
Yeah,
That was
but
a
like,
waiver.
but this way then, you saying he didn't revoke the offer, right?
He couldn't, because they already had a
I
contract.
have a question. How much hours is he supposed to put on this paper to figure this out?
That's an easy
You
four right
listen,
there.
yeah, no, that's a serious question. I need to know the art.
One question.
Hopefully. I need to know the art behind this.
No, but that's a simple one, that's the second one.
Pass, I need to pass this. I cannot take this.
You can process.
Ms. Archer, I need
Yes,
to
you
know the
can.
art behind this, please. How did you ask yourself that question in your mind? How did
What?
you? What's the art behind figuring out what questions to ask? Is it a
But the
formula?
questions come right from the sheet.
I would. Okay, who
No,
would have
not
discovered
that
that
sheet,
question
this
right
sheet.
there?
They come right from
I
him.
wouldn't, I wasn't.
So I can carry that next time with me.
No,
See, that's the problem right there.
you gotta learn it.
That's the problem right there.
No, you carry the
You
cases.
can't get cases?
Yes, you carry
I
the
can use
cases.
these
You don't
cases
carry
I
this
can-
chart.
Carry this.
Remember I told you to learn
What,
this.
I
You
didn't-
carry
didn't
this
learn
with
it.
me.
I said learn the chart.
But I can carry the cases.
Yeah, you carry the case as long as you don't write on it. And be here early enough for them to check it. No, that's the actual
So that's
lesson.
the question. That's the art. That's the art.
Because the chart tells you what questions to ask. And it gives you the cases on the side.
Oh,
Yes.
that's two charts.
You don't have plenty papers.
Two charts.
So we can carry all the cases, huh?
Yeah.
What about this one? Does this have some cases in it?
Carry the cases as long as you don't write on it. But you can't come to the exam fiddling trying to just read the cases for the first time.
When is our review class?
For what?
The final. Class before it.
Starbucks. You're hosting a study group, so we have to do it individually.
Watch how much time just change it.
Depends on my number.
They all look
We could bring in lunch and you host a study group.
No.
Should be on point.
Alright, so we got
Hold on,
this.
I gotta take a picture.
No, let me take a picture. What's this picture?
Yeah, you right there.
I don't know. This, no, it's somebody.
Take a picture though.
You could start it. Yeah, who
Y'all
said that?
started.
Start it. Who said that?
You can't see it. Yeah, that's it.
Turn off the back light there, the front one.
The front
Yeah,
one.
touch that.
No, that's the back,
So the front.
outside.
Turn the front.
We don't.
They won't take a picture.
Everybody sign this?
Okay, alright, hold on.
Awesome.
Cause you have to take yours.
Of course.
But you see how simple this was? It's the same as last week, you know. Yeah, we miss you.
How long did it take one picture?
I'm trying to get all of it.
No, him.
I have to focus it.
So we good? Yes? Yes?
No, that's the one.
Who's
So
saying
hold on,
no?
So this Bruno, this for Bruno?
You have another practice one that we could do at home?
Think about it. This is for Bruno.
It's done.
It was a pleasure.
You're most welcome. Yes.
At the end, and I guess, so we just put this together in the end and to advise us.
You follow all of this.
So it doesn't have to write the paragraph.
It's in paragraph.
So I just, yeah, that's what I'm saying, so I just putting this in paragraph form. So,
How many points do you get if you just do that?
So I don't have to ask the questions then.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you practice it, then you know exactly what questions you're asking. Is it an invitation to treat? Is it in your head? Is there an offer? Do we have an agreement?
so basically.
Is there consideration? And then when you look at the question, like how this was worded, you don't even have to go as far as consideration. Because you only was looking at whether or not there was an invitation to treat. Was there an offer? Was it communicated? Was the offer revoked? Was it accepted?
So if I
And that
follow
was
all
it.
these questions, I should be fine.
No, you don't follow these questions.
No, because it'll be based on this case.
On the case.
So, run that back, what you say, communicate, it'll be based off what? Communication.
That.
Oh, I ain't got that right now.
Would it be so?
That's right there.
I think
The
it's
chat.
still an art. It's an art behind it.
But this, you've been doing the art for 2 classes now. No, it is not long. You're making it difficult. No, it won't. It will not be rough.
Right.
No, it won't. You making it hard.
What is the layout of the
One research question and the rest are short answers.
How are we graded? Are we doing any classes?
short answers as in,
Or only the midterm?
as
And
in,
then what else?
As what?
short answers as in, like, definition section? As in, cases?
Scenario.
So this would.
Like a scenario.
Considered as
The inside
short
of
answers?
No, the homework was a research question. We talking about this what you just did?
Yeah,
That's a
that would be
scenario.
That's a short answer.
That's what I was asking, that would be considered a short answer.
How much of that we have?
I don't know yet.
We put
So the research would be the question that you gave us.
Yes.
Question. Okay, so.
So this is an example.
Research question. And what else is it?
Different scenarios.
I start working on that tonight.
Yes.
I printed yesterday, they helped me with that.
Why you keep looking like you're so frightened?
I printed yesterday, they helped me with that. From the central bank.
Yes.
Obligations for evolution bank.
It's not that hard. You're making it hard, you
Different, I
know.
have different things inside there.
It's not that hard.
I have a bunch of different stuff inside
Let's see if I can find one. That's easy.
there. See how much pages they print off? Really? Shit. Hey, I just do you. Yeah, see? Just read it. Developments and the migrant system. Yeah, what is? Migrant is.
Easy.
The note is a good chapter.
Okay. Let me see. Right. Tom gives to Ellen. Tom agrees to give Ellen.
Right?
Right, yes.
Okay, say it again.
Tom agrees to give Ellen who calling the Lord name? Tom agrees to give Ellen private tutoring for banking law. Who's one of your names? Exam. Banking law exam to be held in 2 months. To be determined in 2 weeks. Private. In law exam to be held in 2 months or 3 months. The fee is $300.
I didn't hear you.
The fee is $300, and Ellen pays $25. With the balance to be paid, with the balance to be paid on completion of the tutoring.
Okay, the fee is $300.
On completion of the
Is
tutoring.
there a button?
Hold on, man.
What?
Put the balance.
The fee is $300. Ellen pays $25, with the balance to be paid on completion of the tutoring. Tom spends $50. Tom spends $50 in preparation of some printed notes. Tom spends $50 in preparation of some printed notes. After 1 month, Tom goes to Spain. After 1 month, Tom goes to Spain for a week-long holiday.
Hold on.
After
1 month, Tom goes to Spain for a week-long holiday. While on holiday, he is arrested.
wait,
While on holiday, he is arrested.
I still on Tom goes to Spain.
Oh, God. For a week-long holiday. While on holiday, he is arrested. Having been mistaken for Tim. And detained for 2 weeks. On his return, he discovers that Ellen has engaged another tutor.
I still on Tim. You can take it to Tim.
What is, you so far?
Hold on. Tim, on his return, he discovered.
Had been detained for 2 weeks. This for him. Write it from her. On his return, he discovers that Ellen has engaged another tutor and is demanding the return of her $25. Tom sues
Hold on.
Hold on, after he returned, he discovered.
On his return, he discovers that Ellen has engaged another tutor and is demanding the return of her $25.
Yeah, don't go all the way.
Tom sues for the balance.
And she demanded a $20.
Wait, Tom.
What you say, and she is demanding her $20?
The return of her $25. Tom sues for the balance of his $300. All right. Well, let me see who want to do this one. Yeah, that's it.
Who wanna do it now?
Hold on.
Yeah, we don't do it.
Why you don't want to do it? Read it loud.
Tom agrees to give Ellen Tom agrees to give Ellen private tutoring for banking law exam to be held in 2 months. The fee is $300. Ellen pays $25 for the balance to be paid upon completion of the tutoring. Tom spends $50 in preparation of some printed notes. After 1 month, Tom goes to Spain for a week-long holiday. While on holiday, Tom is arrested, having been mistaken for Tim, and detained for 2 weeks. On his return, he discovers that Ellen has engaged another tutor and demands the return of her $25. Tom sues for the balance of his $300. Who is Tom?
My first question wouldn't be, is there an offer? It would be if there's an agreement or contract. Yeah.
Is there a contract in the
I'd say there is a contract.
Hold on, Isu for the balance of his how much?
$275.
$300.
She pays $25.
Balance, the word, key word is balance.
If this cite a reference or a case with this, or
We'll come back to the case later.
okay. The fees.
Story or scenario, can we answer that there?
If you do that and your story going down says opposite, all of it.
So we shouldn't answer if it's a contract now.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what my mind tells me, but we could.
You have to tell me how you arrived at it is a contract.
Well,
We might be wrong.
well, there's an agreement. There's an agreement, and there was an exchange of funds. Consideration was made.
We stuck on question. Does it have to be a question all the time? Or you could just,
The question is in your head.
right, okay.
So we're not starting with if there's a contract.
No, we only did that in order for you to learn how to write it out.
So I'd say there's a contract.
No, you should say in this scenario, there was an offer by, an agreement by, to engage in the services, and there was an exchange of a deposit. So you had offer, acceptance, and consideration.
But isn't that a contract?
Where's the
Yeah, but
agreement,
we're
where's the
gonna do
offer?
that.
Oh, you want me to actually, so we're not jumping any
You have to come to
steps?
that- Yeah, you have to come to that conclusion.
Where's the offer?
I mean,
He's offering a service.
How we know that?
He said he,
It started
well,
with
it started
that.
off with he agrees, so that means that there was some,
I still have the book anyhow.
You have to say, yeah, you can say there's a contract. You have to establish there's a contract.
Say that again. You said it all just now. You said it all
so you said I'm not, this is not the question I'm asking.
No, really, no.
So where am I starting from? Is there an offer?
Between,
There was an offer by Tom.
So I'm making a statement first. There's an agreement. I need to write that, or can we just?
You just say.
Okay. So there's an agreement between Tom and Ellen.
as there was an offer for services, which was accepted by Ellen,
And
by her
concede.
paying the deposit, which is consideration.
Okay.
John, you weren't right that.
Because it tells me you
Wait.
understand the elements of a contract.
I got, I mean,
Okay, it is agreement.
So could I just like,
Okay.
what if I were to put the question that's into a contract, right? And I say yes, because there was an agreement, like, that would be fine.
For this scenario,
Okay.
yes.
You marking the exam?
But you don't wanna spend all that time writing those
Yeah, that-
questions, you don't have that kind of
You
time.
marking the
so I'm not
exam?
writing this,
Okay,
I'm
but
not
that's because I
writing,
already wrote my
I'm writing out
I'm
the
across
scenario
it. I did write it.
that we already have in our books.
So,
Oh, see, it's still on.
Tom and Alan. Okay, Tom and
Tom accepts an offer. Miss Archer, I'm finding this very challenging, writing this,
Why?
because in my mind it's very simple.
Just say.
So in my mind, we
Because they
all
know
know
already.
what's happening.
Okay, just say it.
So Tom and there was an offer made that was accepted by both parties. A contract was
And then
established
the
when
deposit paid,
the
so
deposit was
There was
paid.
consideration, and so they have a contract.
So Tom spends $50. I told you I wrote it out a little different,
Yeah,
just
okay.
the facts. Tom spends $50 to prepare printed notes. After 1 month, he goes away for a week. While away, he was arrested and detained for 2 weeks. Sorry, that's the sum of what I got. So he was away for 3 weeks.
Basically,
Yeah.
not necessarily.
Rough max 3 weeks.
So we've established as a fact that they have a contract, right?
Yes.
So what's the question?
Was the contract valid?
No. What's the question?
we didn't establish it was the same.
We already said it was accepted.
We already did that part, we said there's a contract. Contract
With
means-
method?
Was there a
No.
breach in contract? No, that we talking about? Was it revoked?
Was Tom even revocation?
Mm-mm.
Relocation?
Was there a breach? Mm-hmm.
I feel so
Mhm.
ready to go away
Okay.
and then being locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a breach.
Oh, is that a-
Of a contract.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't put a word? No.
They might have communicated, don't say it.
You said revoked.
I'm gonna say Sean this now.
Was
Mhm.
it?
You're on the right track.
I know, but I don't know what it was.
Terminated.
Was it
That's a travel
terminated?
breach.
No, no.
That's a travel breach.
F.
Was it?
conditions?
No. F. R.
Frustration?
Yes.
Oh, smart girl.
Yes, frustration and.
It was
Yes.
frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Control.
He was detained. Would it only be the fact that he was detained though, right? Because then he went
Look at the timeline, look at the timeline. What was the arrangement?
2 months.
What was the arrangement? 2 months. Okay.
Part of your
Was
frustration.
going away wasn't against his. That wasn't out of
That was in
his
his
control.
control.
That was in his control. They were not
It would be in now?
I remember talking to you.
I remember talking about it.
The frustration. Okay.
He breached the contract.
I
That's why
didn't.
they're early.
But you have to frustrate it first.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I
then,
breach it.
if you say yes, it was frustrated by his action, then you say there was a breach.
Okay, so he ain't frustrated by traveling, but he frustrated it and he got locked up.
Uh-huh.
So
So,
what did he do?
can he, what do you mean, what did the
How do we
after?
get to the frustration? What,
So let's
okay,
check
and him
the
traveling,
release.
what did he do? Him
Frustration is,
traveling, what did he do?
What is frustration?
frustration in this case is outlawed because he volunteered to go away. He wouldn't have been arrested if he didn't go away.
Exactly.
So we can't go for frustration.
No, frustration
Because he
on-
knowingly read it. He knowingly read it.
Before we
She
get to the
frustrated, she frustrated the contract.
So
Who said, who said
Alan,
that?
this is on Alan's frustration.
Because he cannot carry it out during the time he was absent. So that's why she hired someone else.
And
So she's saying, you frustrated the contract, so I don't owe you any money.
she got her own case then.
Not necessarily.
Because I could say, I didn't frustrate your contract, I went away on my own.
Yeah,
I got
but
arrested on.
he
on
hired
the-
contractor.
Yeah, you could go away.
No, I just
Issue
trying
with
to,
the
no,
contract is-
in court, he just trying to prove, he is wrong in what he did, but he trying to prove that it's not frustration, so she can't sue him on frustration, because it's not
Okay. She
frustration.
can sue on frustration, but what is your argument in
And
your
I did not
defense?
frustrate the contract,
What did you do?
Why?
I ran away.
And he had
But
time,
you here to tutor me,
but he still
right?
had time
No,
within
I'm
2
not-
months to
I'm not
complete the
saying-
tutoring.
Ah, here we
What?
go.
What'd you say?
He still had time
1
to
week?
complete, yeah.
What? I know one, for this class?
I can eat all three of them.
The
Yeah.
question is,
As a one.
now you see what I said with frustration? When he came back, did he have sufficient time to do what it is that he agreed to
Actually,
do?
trying to sweep
I
the
mean,
full
we don't know if it was
$300.
sufficient time, but he still had it.
Even though I did.
Right?
But then it was
That was
agreed
the
for 2
argument.
months,
Exactly.
based on the contract.
So he basically had another month.
So he was within
He had
that,
5 left.
yeah.
No.
He had
No.
a
Three
week,
weeks.
he had a week.
And he's only away for 3 weeks.
He was away for 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
He went
3
away
weeks
for
max.
one and got locked up.
For 2 weeks.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. So he only gave
He had
him
it,
1
yeah,
month.
yeah, he had a,
Yeah, but he
But
had 5 left.
I hired him for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but the exam
You know,
in a
5
week.
weeks left because he went after
Yeah.
1 month.
Understand that
Oh, he went
So after a month.
After the month. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So you
what
don't
his
have 5
action
weeks.
He had 1 week left.
This is the contract or the agreement.
So here it is now, I'm subject to someone else
That's what I'm
learning
trying to get to.
skills. So I need to sue you for my $300, even though I'm paid, because now it's a possibility I may fail.
But she ain't better 300. She ain't better
You want the
300.
whole nother
She
level.
big money
Hold
for
on.
us.
I wanted
Some of you want the whole nother level.
Exactly.
That's
I'm suing for damages.
Plus the 50s.
but he honored the terms.
So I can't sue for
Wild.
damages based on frustration?
But that $50 isn't a part of the
Ms.
contract.
Archer, I can't sue for damages?
So how many?
What damages?
Yeah.
That there's a possibility I may fail.
You gotta pay the person.
Okay, so after we established that there was a contract, then was there frustration to the contract?
Yes.
We understand that, but that.
Are
you say
we
that
going
don't
with
come in
yes
there.
or no?
Yeah.
No, you can argue both ways.
Okay.
So who are we advising in this
Which
scenario?
Both.
We advise
cases
them
were you
both?
was in
Okay.
for that?
Frustration would not be my next thought. My
That's
next
what
thought
I'm
would have
saying.
been, is there a breach or was
Is
there a breach?
To him,
So you say you want to get the
Frustration,
frustration
On the breach, one of the reasons to say there is a breach
A
is
reason for
the contract was
termination?
frustrated.
Yeah.
If you prove the contract was frustrated, then you will say there was a breach.
So a breach is never
Okay,
automatic.
so his
Not by
action.
itself, it's something, an act that is
Something
done.
causes
So,
a
I
different.
have a question, the action, through him traveling, it did nothing to the contract? That's what
You have to determine that.
No.
Is he gonna go and come back?
No.
Still have time.
This case is lacking information.
The terms aren't detailed.
It's all based on time.
If we were to say that,
So let's do it from her side and then do it from his side.
so if we were to say that,
Like,
his traveling
put in the book.
very close to the beginning.
Chapter 3.
Frustration means that
And in the chapter,
you cannot complete it.
So it don't matter if it's outside of the
page 27, 28.
So,
It says you're on a different thing.
And her, you know,
I think,
Yeah,
I
but the different ways to frustrate.
I
Give us all the way.
Right. Contract was outside of the control, not the child.
Right, that's
Speaking
what,
of non-contract.
I believe that's what we need to discover, what is the traveling to the contract. It had no effect.
I read this
No
when I
effect.
come to class.
What do you think?
I would say no effect, because he would still have time upon return the 2 weeks.
His argument is it's insufficient time to get ready for the exam.
Because if he went away for a week, you cut him into the 2 months.
Yeah.
The contract is
Let's
2
do
months.
it from
You
each
take it
person's
from the-
perspective.
Time.
Let's do it
So
from
we are,
Ellen's
so
perspective.
we are advising both.
I like what you
Yeah,
said,
she wants her $25 back.
very good.
So, her argument is,
Anyhow.
her argument is the contract was
It's the
frustrated.
same problem.
So we can't sue for damages.
Wait, what this damages is, wait.
She's already hired another tutor.
Yeah, but what's the other, you're cutting it out.
She was forced to.
Exactly.
She could have waited. Hold on, he didn't communicate that he was traveling, eh? Did he?
See that? This case lacking information is what it
He
is.
didn't communicate, that's why he went wrong.
But with the
She
communicate,
said that
No,
prior to
I-
entering into the contract.
I
right,
agree.
but if he communicate, would that have been revocation of the contract?
No, she would have entered into the contract with the knowledge that he was taking vacation.
Yeah.
That might have been a pop-up truck.
Well, but then you have a contract.
Then frustration.
Wow.
And then
Mark of communication.
Yes, then what's
All kind of
frustrating?
things, so let's go. What's the contract frustrated?
Yeah.
On Allen's side.
Yeah, Ellen Marvin.
I want you to look at these cases when you go home. Davis Contractors,
That on the paper?
I just say look it up. Davis,
Pardon me,
A-D-I-S,
Hold on. Davis.
Contractors Limited versus Farum, F-A-R-E-H-A-M.
F-A-R-E.
No date.
1956,
F-A-R-E.
H-A-M. Next one, National Carriers. National Carriers Limited versus Panalpina, P-A-N-A-L-P-I-N-A Limited, 1981. And third one, Pioneer. Pioneer Shipping Limited versus B as in boy, T as in Tom, P as in Perry,
Is that acronym?
BTP.
BTP, Tioxide, T-I-O-X-I-D-E Limited. And the three of these cases, that one is 1982.
90.
82. The three of these cases pose the question as to whether or not a subsequent event to the conclusion of a contract,
What they do?
a subsequent event to the conclusion of the contract. Whether it rendered the contractual obligations, whether it rendered the contractual obligations by either party,
The contractual obligations.
undertaken by either party,
I want to say undertaken.
I know, right?
You got me out of nowhere.
I said it different ways. Radically different,
Say it again?
radically different to what was contemplated,
Radically different.
to what was contemplated at the time the contract was made. How would you answer that now? So do you think based upon the timeline,
He said we could move on after we establish it was frustrated, then we can move to breach.
yes, we're gonna answer the question now. Based upon the event, would you say that the contractual obligations between the two parties changed radically because he was detained?
Yes.
Yes.
was frustrated, but not based on terms, because the terms were 1 month, 2 months to prepare for the exam. They didn't specify how that was to be done. It didn't say whether it was 2 times a week. Now, if they met 2 times a week, then you can understand why they would be frustrated. The end was, within 2 months, I would be prepared for this exam.
But you missed 2 weeks.
But you missed 2 weeks.
But
It's
he
frustrating
said
for
at
me
the beginning that-
personally,
he said at the start
but it's
that
not a
he
breach of contract.
From Ellen's point, I'll say yes, because
Yes,
just
It's
to-
frustrating.
just on the fact
Yeah,
that
it's
she got
frustrating.
another
She got
tutor.
another tutor,
Yeah,
that
she
means
was-
that,
she
just
was-
like he was saying in the
She don't
funny,
feel
getting
she would've been
scared now,
prepared.
exam is coming, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, just-
So for Ellen, it was frustrating.
Ellen, it was frustrating. Ellen, it was frustrating.
Well,
Yes,
Which case would we use for this?
I just gave you 3.
3 of them. She was frustrated. Now, was there breach?
Yes.
If she's frustrated, yes, then to her, the
Oh, you're
contract
saying
is
that-
discharged.
Oh, that's
So the
right,
contract is discharged.
Yeah.
right.
So we could say that it's the contract discharge
Due to frustration.
due to frustration.
Now go over there to Tom.
That was my boy, Tom.
Okay, what you can say, Tom?
I would say that Tom, that the conditions radically changed, yes. But Tom could also argue the fact that $50 that he spent on the note.
No, we ain't getting the compensation yet.
Okay, no, I'm just saying, alright, the notes that he prepared for could have left out well prepared for the exam, in Tom's opinion, when he left to go away.
Yeah, but I didn't pay you for notes. I paid you for me.
And there's nothing in the case to say he left.
So
No,
that-
it's Tom now, it's
So
Tom
that
side.
notes
It's
prices.
Tom
No, I
side.
mean, I'm speaking to what he just said in Tom's defense. Ellen didn't pay him for just notes. She didn't pay him for notes and to be self-taught.
She only paid $25 now.
Yeah, but the agreement wasn't for just
blame
notes,
Tom?
and for me to self-teach myself.
Can you blame Tom for the frustration?
Yes.
It's not self-induced.
How is it not self-induced?
He didn't arrest himself.
He left.
He
Right,
left
it's
the
a mistake.
island.
Unforeseen,
But
that's
he didn't
unforeseen.
leave, he didn't leave the country.
And plus he was mistaken for
That's
someone
unforeseen
else.
circumstances.
But he still left
But,
the island.
but me as Ellen, I don't know that.
But what's his argument?
We ain't on Ellen.
No, what is Tom's argument though? Y'all said it before over and over again.
What?
What is his argument,
It
Tom?
wasn't his fault that he got arrested.
No,
The contract wasn't finished.
It was beyond his
exactly. In his mind, he
And
could
it's
still
fine.
finish it.
Yeah, he could still finish the contract.
In a week?
Now, whether you be
No,
prepared,
I
that's
don't-
another.
And that-
He
I mean,
can
if we
finish
could have
it.
done it in a week, I think.
Yes,
If he could have done it in a week, number one, he wouldn't charge $300 for 2 months.
No, you can't go back to the figure.
No, you can't
You have
go back
to.
We
there.
already
You
agreed.
can't go back there.
And he
No,
already,
okay, if we agreed,
Okay.
how you could say you have more time to do
Wasn't
what?
you
I
on
mean,
Tom's
you,
defense?
what you have to, what else you have to do?
he would
But
accept.
you need a defense. In his view,
I
He can
can't
still
defend
get it
him.
done.
I can't defend
But you
him.
already did.
you have to.
I have to do that? I don't have to take this case.
Yeah, you know.
Tom gave
You could decline, that's
a month full of tutoring, and he still had a week.
No money.
Yes, he had more
5
time left. So that's Tom's argument.
Was there a breach of contract?
No.
No,
He can-
is
he
that our
can
question?
fulfill the
That's our, is
contract.
that's our question?
Can the contract be fulfilled
Right, by Tom.
by Tom?
And his answer is yes.
Because rightfully,
So-
but rightfully, if Tom feel that within that week that he rightfully prepared her to his best capacity, he still held up.
No, when this is his argument that yes, I can fulfill my contract. We go back to Ellen now. What's Ellen's rebuttal to that?
Okay, after that, Ellen could say, after 1 month, she doesn't feel like
She wasn't fully prepared.
And then, with him being arrested for 2 weeks, it only left him with 2 more weeks. So at that point, she should be able to say,
But the question is, did Tom communicate that to Ellen? That he still could fulfill love within the week.
It doesn't matter, the
Doesn't
contract
matter.
was 2 months.
Right.
This is all based on time.
Mm-hmm.
But watch this, you have in the textbook, right? Not you, right? But the textbook has. A contract may be discharged in 4 ways: by agreement, performance, breach, and frustration. Performance where both parties perform their obligations and duties under the terms of the
That did
contract
not.
completely.
That didn't happen.
No?
It can't happen.
Yeah, that's why I went to frustration.
Frustration is when an agreement becomes incapable of being performed due to some event outside of the control of the parties.
Right, so Tom's
Tom
frustrated as
had
well.
control of that.
No, Tom can't be frustrated.
No. Tom can't
Because he
be
chose to.
frustrated.
Why you really
Because
on
he's not the person who's receiving it.
At least he ain't frustrated yet.
You choose you defend.
Pardon me?
Choose you.
But the key words are, the key
Defend.
phrase is outside of the control of the parties.
Okay.
He
I agree.
opted to go away. He paid for a ticket. He left the island. How is that outside of his control? He volunteered to go away. Their contract was 2
Him being
months.
arrested under.
To me, the arrest doesn't matter to me.
Identification, the arrest is the key.
How?
Because
The
that
arrest
stopped
is
him
the
from coming
reason
back
why
in
he come
time.
back in
He had to
time.
come back and he still had 2 more weeks left. A week, still have after 2 weeks.
Okay. I represent
You would throw Tom under the bus.
Tom can have an argument.
So can he
Yeah,
get,
at the
can
end
he
of the
get
day,
his
it's
money?
about persuasion.
him. Not $275, no.
not the 200.
No money, no.
Cause that's a 2 month, that's a 2 month
The
pay.
most Tom should be able to get is $25 more.
Yeah.
Lack of communication. all
Nobody
that.
gave her a whole month of tutoring,
Let me write them up.
Yeah, but are you still ain't ready?
Lack of communication.
but you halfway there.
You get a whole month tutoring. And you are,
He could get $175, cause he already did a month. If I split it in half, that's $150 a month, right? She already paid 25. He paid $50 for the printed notes. So 25 off of that gives him $25 balance. So that's $175 she could pay him
Ellen didn't
for that
allow
month
Tom
that
to
he gave her.
complete the contract.
Other than that, ain't nothing else
wait,
out.
Ellen,
Because
why
he
don't you
did give a
Tom
month
shade?
of service.
Huh?
He did.
Yeah, so that's
He
why I
did
say
give a
that's
month of service.
$150
He
he
did
could
give her a
get.
month of service.
And
And he had
125
more
for the
time
printed.
That ain't what we agree upon.
Because there's a possibility that he got locked up right when he reached.
That's your business.
So he had 2 weeks more to tutor.
So
Ellen.
legally, he could get $175.
But she didn't allow him to tutor these 2 weeks.
Right, and she's still gonna get an extra week even when he come back.
So what again?
We on Tom now or we back to Ellen?
We still
No,
gotta answer the
he's
question.
frustrated.
We still have to answer the question, can the contract be fulfilled, right, for Tom?
Yes, we answered it.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
answered
did.
that.
Oh, God, no.
And his argument is yes,
Mm-hmm.
On what case?
but he said it,
Case, right?
There was
same 3 cases I gave you.
time was left.
There's no time left. So now, who's getting what? You sure?
Why y'all say the contract would be fulfilled?
No, we asking on Tom's behalf.
Ellen
Yeah.
got how
Why?
much?
So Ellen's asking now for $25.
Yes, and he's asking for the balance of his 300.
Ellen gets nothing back.
I don't understand what Ellen want back. She get a whole month of tutoring.
For $25?
And
And
$25.
material. And material.
She wins.
So
He gets
she was
money back.
technically, she was
Yeah,
halfway there.
yeah, he could get his money back. Cause the scenario what you gave us, right? It's Tom agrees to give Ellen private tutoring for banking law exam to be held in 2 months. He didn't say how long, like if he say he has a week left, he has a week left. He didn't say it will take me
2
what,
months.
8 weeks to tutor you.
True.
You understand? He might be doing that because he probably work 9 to 5.
Mhm.
So now he probably has free time to give it his tutoring for the month. So based on what they're saying, he could get a $300 if she
Because
doesn't.
he didn't give us specific time.
Yeah, he didn't
How
give us
long it
specific
takes.
So
time.
when you frustrate the contract, you can't get the full amount back.
But
No,
you
we can
asking,
get a
is there
portion back.
frustration?
There is frustration.
There is.
On Tom's behalf, we talking with Tom, y'all mixing.
Yo,
Oh, we talking with Tom, man.
We talking
Ellen,
with
I
Tom.
wouldn't- I wouldn't
say-
give Ellen.
nah, I
Still
don't-
on Tom.
I wouldn't give it. I wouldn't
Tom
give
is
it.
saying that.
Because she got
the
materials
contract can be
and a month
fulfilled.
worth.
And then we went back to Ellen. Ellen said, cannot be fulfilled. It is frustrated. How can I do this in this space of time? It's too short.
Tell her relax.
So she ain't even willing to let
Yeah,
it
she
be
need
So
to
fulfilled?
now,
answer.
the point is that
She panicking.
because it's frustrated,
The contract is
the contract
broken.
is discharged.
There's no contract.
So she wants her 25 back, he wants his 300 back, plus the $50 he paid for the notes.
The $50
Plus
for the
$50.
notes, that works.
Yeah, the $50, he taking it upon himself to do that, so he can't get no $50 for it.
That is out of pocket expense.
Yeah, he gotta take that one to the team.
So anyway, next question.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out, what should that next question be?
That's the next question, how much are they entitled to?
For both sides?
Both people, both parties.
Ellen gets nothing.
Ellen gets nothing.
Nothing.
There you go.
She got her money for sale.
Tom gets hundred and
That's more
seventy-five.
than.
No, too much.
How much?
He got, that's too much?
How much, next question, how much?
But he,
How much are each of them entitled to?
Yeah.
how is 175 too much?
Too much.
Just too much.
The contract is frustrated. So he can't get the balance of the contract.
That's what the balance.
I ain't
That's what the
Tom
balance.
can get a half back.
175 isn't the balance.
One.
It would be 375, I mean 275. If
Why
that's
you
He
the,
get 125.
cause she gave him
He did
25.
1 month. 2 months at $300.
He could get
Means
150
1
back.
month is 150. She done pay him 25. He could get 125. That's it. Other than that,
He gets 25.
He can't get it.
He
He
gets
gets 25?
$25.
25?
That's robbery.
Wow.
He gets 25?
Why only 25?
All these lawyer fees, $25.
All
For
all
what?
pocket expenses.
Ah,
Can't
okay.
get nothing else in
And
contract.
but Ellen gets nothing?
Shit.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
That's not fair, give you a whole month of service.
Ellen doesn't deserve to get anything.
You breached the contract. You couldn't fulfill the agreement.
It depends
Ellen
on who
gets
argued it
nothing.
best.
What?
What's the next?
Too bad. You shouldn't have
So you think Tom should have gotten more money?
I think
On what
so.
basis?
At least
No.
Yeah.
He should have gotten some because he gave
Even
her,
the
he gave a month of
I like
service.
the- I like the
He
way
prepared her
put it
up to a
inside.
month.
They had a contract,
They had a contract.
but he
No, but
frustrated.
nobody knew the time in which he allotted to have that completed. The tutor, he might have been finished for all we know when he went away, and that's the 2 weeks for review.
Right,
So
because
he did-
Tom
Yeah,
Tom
nobody
gotta
knew.
tell her, man, listen, we didn't do a
Okay,
month,
this was not enough
man, let's
information.
call that that.
Yeah,
The
but
cases
you
with
know,
not
Tom
enough
say that because you're only
information.
going off of what in front of us.
So watch this, Mr.
So we have to
Archer.
answer
Yes.
based on what in front of us.
So we
We
can't
pay for this
apply.
class. We pay for
We can't
banking
apply
law,
for
right?
what if.
Right?
How long we already been in this class?
A month.
A month.
Mhm.
Let's say you go away. You get locked up. Midterm
she
February. Okay, not even you get locked up. Flight delayed or whatever. Midterm February 19th. Right?
Automatic.
You didn't say.
She frustrated the
You
contract.
didn't. You
so she
frustrated the
get
contract. So watch this. What is your grounds or what's your exam? You still have that exam, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how
Eight. No, but you
talk?
frustrate the contract.
That don't make sense. That's the same
You was
place.
not here. We was meant to be prepared and you didn't
I can
come.
charge you for I can sue you for frustration. No?
How?
Because you went away. I don't
Our
know.
agreement wasn't with her though, our agreement was
And we have an
with
exam
the
February
institution.
19th.
But she's a representative of the
Facilitator.
school.
No, man.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
she could come
guys.
with no, but just to your case, right? She could come back and say, well, I didn't teach them everything before I gone away, so.
Tom,
And they have all
Nobody
their.
knew-
Yeah, my curriculum was ended.
But you know, I'm not
Nobody
even,
knows.
nobody knows.
But I
Nobody
was
knows
meant
the
to
time
be
to
Exactly.
prepared
Exactly.
to do this
She
today.
could then fight and say, I didn't complete the class, I was
covered
just
it.
on a review.
I'm not prepared
And
anymore.
So that's
to prove
Tom.
her point, she could go and
You don't have
adjust
Tom
that
covered
fact
it
that
or not.
midterm and say, see, this
But we
is
don't,
things
that,
on
so
this
what is
midterm,
the
and then
case
teach
with
them
lack of
these things
information that
after
could
they
work in
know.
Tom's
My
favor?
mind isn't there no more.
What is the
You frustrated.
That's a personal
I know
problem,
there is
that's a
one. What
you
is it?
problem.
I really sue you now
Not
for
even
trauma for
a-
not.
Exactly. I was all
Drama.
sides up, all sides up to
No,
take this exam. You ain't
It's
gonna
just like a regular agreement between two persons.
No, but that's-
So if he
that's
didn't spend
mental.
that 50, he wouldn't get anything. That's what you're saying.
No,
No, listen.
Because he frustrated the contract.
he frustrated it.
Okay.
Tom gets
So
it.
she had frustrated
It's
it,
just
then
that
he
if
gets
you
his
told me
money
now
back.
you wanted tutoring for class, any class,
Mhm.
and I say, when is the exam?
The
You
19th.
say April 12th,
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatever,
whatever.
right? And we agree, I said, okay, I could tutor you for your exam on April 9th. Pay me $200.
Okay, that's a contract.
That's a contract.
Okay.
You give me a down payment,
Mhm.
so you give me $30.
Okay.
That's accepted.
That's consideration.
Mhm.
So I did a couple of lessons and then something happened.
Mhm.
You wondering where I am. You haven't seen me 1 week on, 2 weeks gone, 3 weeks gone, what do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna get someone else, cause you're getting close to the deadline.
Mhm.
I'm not paying you a penny more, you shouldn't pay me a penny more.
I agree,
I
because you
agree.
got
Like,
to
what's
push
the
it.
I had to go and hire someone that's going to change the same thing.
So does she get her $25 back?
No, we shouldn't get
No,
nothing,
he had
babe.
out-of-pocket expenses, he typed up some notes for her.
Okay.
That's when usually she passed that anyway.
So we're done with this, right? Miss Archer,
Same
we're done with
same
this, right?
question, how much is Tom entitled
I
to?
could just put it on. I don't know what it is. We look at it. She don't know.
Yeah, cause she asked for $25 back, and she
Yeah.
knew she had notes.
And she, no, she ain't have to go get no next food.
Say, them notes what Tom do? That was it, bro.
I feel like I missed a lot of questions on Tom's side.
That's it.
No, that's it, no, that's it. Are you reading that? You feel good? Can I begin the next chapter? What?
That's a lot we just
Look at his eye.
That's a lot we just taking, man.
That's frustration.
That's a lot.
Can he pay you for this book?
Huh?
Oh, mercy, man. That's it.
No, that book won't help you.
That's where the exam comes from.
No.
You know, we,
What? Let's start. Were you falling off your bike? Where you think you going?
I just want to say, it's like next week, we ain't gonna need to.
Let's get started on chapter 4. That's so you can have an idea. Chapter 4 is on the next round.
So this is.
Which chapters on the exam? All the chapters we covered so far on this exam?
1 to 4.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Now, for chapter 4, the cases that are in chapter 4, you carry them in your head.
What? We can't carry them in
One
the
of the cases.
We can't carry them in
You're in the contract law.
So why the kind of the biker customer
These are just the laws. There's no exact question on it.
What about days number on page 39? Page 39 too? Page 39 too? Yes. We have to know that?
That's why study groups are important. Those ones you need to know. So let's start.
We bringing these 26.
That's 26.
In your head.
In our head.
That's something different.
Scared me.
we gotta be reasonable now. You gotta cut this in half.
That's what you say, in our head.
You gotta cut this in half.
And this, you ever bring in,
You gotta
Realize
cut that
have a
half.
next exam
It's
to
gonna
do,
be
right?
19
yeah,
But you know that's why.
But every 19 right there, you have to cut it in half.
You know that's my birthday, right?
What about the
What?
ones
He
who
did
have
say that.
every night.
children?
Yeah, bring your rum in your bag. Let's start.
I can need it in my bottle.
So what, your rum?
Yeah.
The banker customer relationship. Now all you all are bankers, so this part should be easy. Yes. In the case of UDT versus Kirkwood, UDT versus Kirkwood. You should have read this
Why
before.
you being sophisticated with you? United Company and Trust Limited.
You should have read this book already.
I hear that right now.
UDT versus Kirkwood. This case established what is a bank. So it says it's collecting checks for customers, paying checks drawn by their customers, keeping current accounts for their customers, and having the reputation of a bank in the banking community. So this is the way in 1966, when the case came before the court, they were trying to determine whether the operations carried out by the institution was a bank or not. So now we're in 2019. How do we determine in the Bahamas whether a company is a bank or not?
Same thing.
Because we have this as definition.
Loaning, lending, please. I don't see lending on this list. I think lending was listed.
We notify it by, we recognize them by the transactions they carry out. We must specify.
Lending.
What's the name? Withdrawing.
Anything
Go ahead.
They lend. They.
The next sentence tells you,
It's under the BTCR.
there you go. And the section is in chapter 1, remember? The very first chapter, when I said what is a bank, and I said, under the section, this is defined as a bank. In our laws. So that was 1966, and then we have our own definition of what is a bank.
Where's that chapter one?
in chapter 1. Okay? So let's go to definition of a customer. Who's a customer? Anybody read chapter 4?
No.
Why?
on contract
Yeah.
to do what?
It was her 9 from chapter 2.
I read a little bit of it, but not that much.
Anybody who opens an account.
I did reach out before,
Yeah.
sorry.
Anyone who opens an account.
Okay, alright. So the banker customer contract begins when the customer offers to open an account is accepted by the bank. Sound familiar? Okay. The decision in Woods versus Martins, bank held that a bank may owe certain duties to a person before he becomes a customer of a bank. If the bank accepts its instructions to collect money from his account with another financial institution and pay it to the company. So this means that someone can become a customer of a bank by giving you instructions to say, I'm gonna open the bank account, but I'm
Send people the
expecting the
cash.
funds to come in by wire transfer.
Like a US account.
Yeah, but you open it without any money. But when you take that instructions, you've established a contract.
Even though the account isn't
No, yeah, even though the account is not open.
Okay.
Got me? Alright. If the bank provides advice to the person, there are certain duties owed by the bank to that person before the account is open. And that's why I know you all like to refer, because if you make the wrong statement, that is what? If you make the wrong statement to a potential client, what's the liability to the bank?
Who's in the customer?
No, what's the liability to the bank?
You mean wrong information?
Yes. No, not breach. We said that word before. Everything in banking law is based on contract law. If someone come and asks you information, let's just say someone said, what's the interest
So they
rate
can
on a
get a
fixed
fine or
deposit?
something.
Confidential.
No. If someone says, what's the interest rate on fixed deposits now? And you say, oh, the interest rate is 6%. So they come and they deposit 10,000 or 20,000, whatever it is, and come with that you're giving them 0.0001. They will sue you. Based on what?
Due diligence.
No. Misrepresentation, yes. Now you see how contract law comes in? Misrepresentation of the fact. You told me this was the rate, I relied upon that rate, and I brought my money out. They will sue them. So the case of misrepresentation is Headley versus Byrd. See there?
Heavy versus who?
Byrd, right there. Turn. The implied terms of the banker customer contract are dependent upon whether a person is deemed a customer of a bank under common law. What's common law again?
Law of the land.
Okay. So exceptions to the common law definition of customer. Cashing a check, does that make you a customer?
No.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
does?
Yes, it does, because you're using the company services.
No.
No.
That don't make you another customer, that's why you
You just cash in,
Just
exactly.
cashing the check, you're not a
Just cashing the
customer.
check. You're a non-customer
I
fees.
mean,
Yeah.
not
That's
all
why you have
though.
the membership
No,
fees.
no, I'm talking about if you just walk in and you cash a check.
That
You're
doesn't
not a
make you a
customer.
customer.
And that's why I refuse these people and they will get mad at us.
Or if they do it, it's extra fees associated with it.
Exactly like he said.
Cause you're using our services anyway, making us some money. So,
Sucking up our AC.
So if I open my account at Bay Street, am I a customer at Thompson Boulevard?
No, you're not.
no.
Not
I
necessarily.
mean,
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
no.
You're a customer
At the
at the
branch,
branch and then you
branch.
open your account.
Mhm.
And the case is there.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I'm coming into the branch,
Is that the one where you open your
no,
account?
I don't have an account with this bank,
Mhm.
and I'm cashing the check. The person who owns that account,
He called you.
who the check, would have already paid some fees to write that check. He's the customer, so even though I'm not, I wouldn't say a first-time customer, it's an extension of the customer.
You wouldn't be a third party customer of the bank?
Why not?
What your point is?
The person who owns the check,
I wrote a check to you.
yeah, you would have paid.
You don't have an
fees.
account at this bank where I am.
No, I don't.
Only thing you do is cash it for you, for a fee.
Why would?
You're not a customer. You don't have a
But your
contract.
but your customer already paid the fees.
That
Yeah, they
contract
were
is
already
between
insured.
me
That's my customer.
and the
I
bank.
understand that, but your customer is now doing a service with me and paying me on this.
You
But
could
that's
do
a
it.
contract between me and you.
That's what I'm trying to say, and you could refuse to accept that
Remember,
kind of
everything
thing.
you do is go back to contract law. Everything you do with contract has to do with privity. Only person that sign on those four corners have the right to execute that contract. The contract. The contract is between me and her,
So
not you.
what is the benefit of writing a check, of having a check?
That's my benefit.
Yeah, but you could refuse that check.
You could refuse it, you could tell it
That's
you
what I
want
said,
cash.
you could refuse
Yeah,
it.
because if that refuse,
I don't need
you
this,
pay.
I don't want this kind of
If that
payment.
bounce, you pay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but there's some.
that's me, that's the bank offering me
Then
its
take-
products and services.
Then take your check somewhere
Yeah.
else. And let it clear for 2 days. Right. Take it to your or give me the money in cash. So I don't have to pay the fees.
But we're moving to digital currency now, so you take that out your mind.
I just read that today.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
don't sell that product. Checking account.
So under common law, the banker-customer relationship is one, contractual in nature. That's the first thing, it's contractual in nature. And that's why when we do the next chapter, when I have an account with the bank, he as my husband cannot come and get information. He cannot give him information when they at the pub or when at the softball field. Boy, your wife just been in there, she deposited $5,000. He cannot do that. Why you looking at me like, no you can't?
Why?
It is a breach of
So
contract.
you want on the teller line up and asking that question.
I only clowning, man.
I know you clowning. When you establish an account with the bank, it is said that you have a debtor-creditor relationship. Do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
What it means?
The bank becomes that client creditor.
And that was established in the case of Foley versus Hill. So please read it. So if I went into the bank and I made a deposit of $50 and I deposited 5 tens, can I come back and demand the same denomination?
So you
Is the
don't,
bank obligated to give me 5 tens?
Nope.
no.
You get obligated.
Give you money, maybe.
Give me money in my 5 tens. Under the common law, banker-customer relationship is, it has certain express and implied terms. So just like any contract you enter into has express and implied terms, it's the same way with the banker-customer relationship. Express means it's written, and all of the account opening documents. Implied means it's an active nature, what people normally do. The implied terms of the banker's customer contract, particularly the rights and duties of a bank and a customer, were outlined in the case of Wahimson versus Swiss Bank. So that's your homework. You need to print it, you need to read it, and you need to know it.
Just to go into the case.
Yes.
Sorry, this could be, sorry, not
I see something about this in
What? So you saw it what?
case or something.
It's a big case. Because establish the rights and the duties in case law. So we'll stop there, and then you will read, and then next week, yeah, you should read Foley versus Hill. Yes. Oh, I can if you wish it. No.
You need to be-